Hi guys, today we'll be making Kappamaki, aka cucumber roll. And first we're going to start off with the sushi vinegar. The sushi vinegar has a ratio of 4 cups rice vinegar, 2 cups sugar, and 1 cup salt. This is not commonly used. However, we can dumb this down, you could say. We can lower it to 1 cup rice vinegar, 1/2 cup sugar, and 1/4 cup salt. And so what we're going to do to make the sushi vinegar is we're going to incorporate it all. We're going to mix in together. And a quick tip, do not use a spatula. A spatula is very bad for this because it doesn't fully incorporate it. It's only mixing it. Whereas a whisk, which is the preferable choice, is much better at incorporating all of them together. So now we have our nori sheet, aka dry seaweed, which is the most preferable when we're making sushi, aka the only good way to make a good sushi. So here I am. I'm going to cut this nori in half because a full nori sheet, which is standardized, is too big for actual sushi. Therefore, we're going to cut it down to half. Now, when we're straying out the measurements for our kappamaki, we will be using this amount of cucumber. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into quarters in order to get them small enough as to when we cut it into thirds later, it wouldn't overpower the amount and length in it. So here we're going to remove the seeds. The reason why we are removing the seeds is because the seeds are too watery sometimes. They leave a very soggy taste when you're eating the rice, and it's not good for storage as well. And so that's why we're removing the seeds. Now we're going to cut it into thirds because we don't want as I said before, we don't want the cucumber to be too big when we're actually putting them in, because then it will be hard to fit them all into one sushi, which we wouldn't use all of the cucumbers here, actually. So we're just going to cut them into thirds, nice, calm, not too hard. Kappamaki is actually very simple. It's very easy. It's not like anything much. So now we're going to take the sushi vinegar we made earlier, and we're going to take 20% of the volume made. So here I have 1 cup, and 20% is 1/5 cup, which I will be using here. And so when we're incorporating it, right, we are going to use this thing that we call Kiri, which is basically cutting the rice. So we're gonna do what we see here, cutting the rice. We're gonna incorporate it, but don't go too hard. Go a gentle cut. Because if we go too hard, it'll actually cause starch to form. Because sushi rice, aka short grain Japanese rice, is very starchy, and that's why we have to go gently in order not to release a lot of the starch. So here I have a pair of gloves, and I'm filling this up I'm covering my gloves in neutral oil so that the rice doesn't stick. So now I'm going to use this nori, and we're going to put on the nori, there's either a rough or shiny side, and we're going to put the shiny side down. Now I'm going to take a handful, not too much, because it's really easy to overflow your nori sheet with rice. Therefore, we're going to do that. We're going to put that, and we're going to make a little dam, right? What beavers do. I put in here more because I underestimated it. So I'm going to make a little dam, right? See, as I'm pressing in, I'm making a little wall. And with the rest of the rice left over, we're going to pull it down, right? In order to fill that whole rest of the nori sheet up with rice, right? Because we don't want just one little part of rice in our sushi, don't we? We're going to leave a little part on the edge as well so we can cover it over. So now I'm going to add my cucumbers. And I said earlier, we're not going to add a lot. We're just going to add enough to which it fits right up against the dam. And that's what we're supposed to do, put the cucumber right up against the dam. That's the most important part. We're going to take the nori sheet and we're going to cover it over. We're going to hit it to that little dam thing that we had earlier. We left that little sheet of nori and we put that up against the dam. Make sure there's a little bit of nori left over so that we can push it back up later. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it into a square shape. So I'm pushing down on the sides and I'm pushing down on the top while I'm doing this in order to get that nice maki shape, And so I'm just going to keep doing this over and over until I know it's really firm. It's really nice. It's in a good shape. And as you can see here, you can see inside that that's good, all nice. fully incorporated, fully packed, and everything's good. Now we're gonna cut the sushi. We want our knife to be a little moist, because if it's not, then all the rice will stick to the knife. We're gonna cut it in half and then cut it into thirds to get that perfect six maki amount. And there you have it. That right there is Kappamaki. Yeah! Very nicely complemented with soy sauce. Follow and subscribe for more. Bye!